Hello, my name is Ariel, like the mermaid, and in this vlog I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to tell a story from my childhood. So it's going to be like one of those story time vlogs, you know? Story time. You know, it's going to be 30 minutes long, and it's going to, have a bunch of, like, fucking ads all over it, and it's going to be full of lies. So, you better hope that you get those 5-second skippable ads, and you don't get one of those, like fucking 30-second ads. Like one of those, that's the one that's been annoying the fuck out of me right now is this one for, I don't know, some fucking shirt that's supposedly really soft, and they're like, some people think that if you talk about soft things, it makes you a softie. So I'm gonna be really showing you to do a bunch of manly things while I'm talking about this soft product. It's really annoying, and I hate it. I refresh the page and watch a different ad. I don't care if it's 30 seconds long. I just will not watch that fucking whatever Fruit of the Loom soft T-shirt ad. I hate it. I hate it so much. But anyways, I'm lying. There's not going to be any video ads on this video. And there's not going to be, it hopefully won't be 30 minutes, although me rambling right now, maybe it will be 30 minutes, I don't know. So things really started making sense for me in terms of my sexuality for the first time in 7th grade when I learned the term bisexual by looking at the Wikipedia page for Billie Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of Green Day. But the first time I really couldn't ignore the issue of my sexuality was when I went to an old boys overnight camp the summer between 7th and 8th grade. So the first day at camp I was really shy and I pretty much didn't talk to anybody. I had one friend who I'd known from swim team who was at the camp. But he had another friend there, and he was clearly closer to that person, so I felt really left out, and I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone. I was really quiet. Eventually I got more comfortable around my cabin mates, and I particularly enjoyed the conversations we'd have late at night when our camp counselors would leave the cabin. Now, throughout middle school, I felt very weird about my sexual desires, just in general, but finally I had a group of people who I could talk about sex with.
Who would you rather fuck? Meg or Lois Griffin from Family Guy?
Who would you rather fuck? Sam or Carly from iCarly?
I remember with the Meg or Lois question, everyone else was very against the idea of fucking Meg because they were convinced that she was really ugly. And I never really understood that. I mean, I know that on the show it was like a running gag that everyone thought Meg was so ugly, because that's a funny joke, a whole family constantly telling a vulnerable teenager that she's ugly and not deserving of love. Haha. That's a hoot and a holler, Seth MacFarlane. Ha, Family Guy. Remember when that was on TV? Oh wait, it's still on TV. Why? But I wondered if the other campers really thought that Meg was unattractive, or if they just thought that because the men on the show said she was unattractive. There was one question that really stuck with me. If you have to choose between never being able to fuck a woman ever and fucking a man, but then being able to fuck as many women as you want, which do you choose? Now, this was a very difficult question for me to answer because it was too easy. Of course I'd fuck a man, because I'd fuck a man anyways. In fact, there were these two kind of androgynous looking boys in my cabin who I was very attracted to. But obviously I couldn't let my cabin mates know that. I mean, this was back in 2008 when even Barack Obama wasn't for gay marriage. I mean, and not that it's even that easy to come out as queer now, especially if you're 13 years old. Most of the boys seem to really lean towards the never have sex option, contending that, hey, at least we can still masturbate. But one guy was like, yeah, but masturbation will just never be quite as good as the real thing. One night, during a riveting conversation about fucking ladies or something, I finally worked up the courage to ask something I'd wanted to ask for a while. Hey, so how developed are you guys? Now, I instinctually knew this might be a weird question to ask, but these guys were all talking about tits and pussy and fucking, and a lot of them looked like they'd barely started puberty. So I was naturally curious. Immediately, they all totally shut me down.
What the fuck? Ew, Ariel, why would you ask that?
What are you, fucking gay?
Alright, geez, sorry I asked. The next day I got really quiet again. We went to this activity where we learned to dance, and I was partnered up with this kid who I really didn't talk to very much. He was into sports. He looked visibly disgusted at the idea of dancing with me. I was crushed. Everyone in my cabin hated me now. That night, once the counselors left, the campers began their usual babble. But this time, I pretended to fall asleep immediately.
Okay, so would you rather live with a vagina for the rest of your life and fuck women? Or still be a guy but only be able to fuck dudes?
What do you think, Ariel?
Ariel? Ariel!
Did he go to sleep already?
After some time of them addressing me and me not responding to them, they were eventually convinced that I was asleep.
Ariel's pretty weird, isn't he? Yeah, I remember on the first day he was like really shy, but then he got really talkative all of a sudden.
I mean, he's a nice guy, I heard my friend from swim team say. He's just kind of weird.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine.
It's just that how developed are you shit. I mean, like, what are we, friggin' girls at a slumber party?
Hey? How developed are you guys?
I couldn't help but laugh at that.
Wait, Ariel, are you awake?
Ariel? But I still didn't give up my ruse. The next morning, I was in a good mood. Ironically, hearing the other campers talk shit about me behind my back, it made me feel more comfortable around them. Because they just thought I was weird. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I didn't care if they thought I was weird. I knew I was kind of weird. And one of the other campers was actually very concerned that I might have heard them talking about me last night.
Hey, Ariel, did you fall asleep really early last night or something?
Yep. I don't know. Guess I was just really tired or something.
So, didn't hear anything we said, did you?
The other campers shushed him. I smiled, feeling the power of knowing something they thought I didn't know. A few days later, our camp counselors announced that there would be a cross-dressing activity. Some girls from the camp's sister camp would come over and we'd exchange outfits. The boys in the cabin all expressed their disapproval at the idea, but I was secretly excited. For one reason or another, the activity got canceled. As far as I know, I'm the only person who was disappointed. And is my nipple showing?